Hey everyone, TapDawg here with Little Alchemist Helper, and today wanted to give an update on the beginner's account, kind of show you where I'm at, what I would recommend for you as we kind of get into it's almost been a year for this account, maybe a little bit less than that, but it's been just shy of a year, and give you guys an update on the account. Well, first and foremost, I got my Onyx Goblin today, so I figured I would battle that on stream here, or on here, so you guys could get an idea of my account and see how it looks. What you'll notice is the vast majority of my cards now are fused, and I have just a handful that are not fused yet, whether that's I just haven't finished leveling those cards up, or haven't got a second copy of them, or whatnot. But yeah, I've got a fairly strong deck now, and the only thing I am missing is having the ability to use Tiebreaker. I remember when I couldn't even beat the Onyx Goblin, and here I am almost 3-turning him there. That's pretty impressive if you ask me. I probably would have beat him too if I had been using my Elementalist ability instead of my Greed, but I like to stay on Greed so I don't forget and have to swap. But look at that. Finished him, no sweat to us. And we got another new card for me, so that is a beautiful Psychic. I'm excited for that. I am currently researching Toy. I got Toy from the login bonus. This guy, you know, the 7-day card pack. I got that, and I also got Weapon from it. I have not received Leader yet. That's the last free-to-play card I still need to get, but make sure you log in every day, because when you get to day 7, you get this card pack, and in the card pack there's silver cards, gold cards, and some diamond cards. The gold cards you want, I think there's 6 gold combo cards that you can get. 2 or 3 of them are from the events, and then the other ones are from premium cards, so that's kind of nice. And I think once you finish up all the card packs, they do repeat, so you can get duplicates and actually fuse those cards eventually, which is super duper nice. So just make sure you log in every day and get your cauldron. The other thing you should do every single day is go into your daily deals, and I think I've talked about this before, but just a quick refresher for those of you who might not have seen my video where I talked about daily deals. But basically, on this list, you have one slot here that's always a free card. You either get 2 silver combo cards, or not combo cards, 2 silver final form cards, or you get 1 diamond final form card here. And I have gotten a couple of those diamond final form cards, and those also do repeat, so you will be able to fuse them eventually, which is nice. Then you have a slot for silver combo card, a boss card slot here, which is either a gold or a diamond card. Then you have your gold card here, which is either a gold final form card or a gold combo card. And finally, you have the diamond final form slot on the end there. Now, I would personally never spend gems on the silver combo card. The cost is way too high, especially since you get these for free and you get them often. So I just don't think it's worth it to spend gems on this slot here. The boss card one, for the gold cards, outside of being a collectionist, there's no real reason to buy the gold boss cards. Like even here, Leon, I think he becomes like I want to say a 2320, maybe? I think that's stats for 2320, which is not that great for a critical strike card. So there's none that are really great to purchase from here, and you can theoretically get these for free if you farm long enough. Now, the diamond ones, there are a couple that could be useful in niche cases. Anna, she's a 3228 critical strike, so she's a pretty strong defensive critical strike. Not the strongest on the offensive side, but she can tank an attack for you. Then you've also got Albert, he's a 30-30 curse card, and Vera, counterattack. He's a 30-30 counterattack, and Vera, she's a 35-25 counterattack. Those are good for... Oh no, are they curse? I don't know what they are. They're curse. Those are good for stalling out your opponent. And then for counterattack, it's 3129 Mr. Pym, who's kind of more of a defensive-focused counterattack. So they're not necessarily any of those are super good for beginning of the game, but if you're mid to end game and you're trying to find something to be good for a defensive deck, those diamond boss cards are useful for that. On this side, for the gold card don't buy any of the final forms. Again, there's nothing there that's really a standout, but the gold combo cards you can purchase if you run it in the optimizer and it makes sense to add to your deck. And I talked about that before, exactly what you should be looking for, but ideally this is really the only one that you'd be potentially looking at here. And then over in the Diamond Final Forms, there are some critical strikes that appear here, but I think the highest attack you're going to see is a 32 attack, which is just not really worth the gems. Look, for this one, if I wanted to buy this, this is a 31.25, and it cost me 350 gems to buy the 2 of those. And I don't think it's worth it when I can go into a card pack here, like the animation pack, and get a whole plethora of potentially good cards. Food Squad here is a 34.21. Brainlord here is a 34.23. It's a crushing blow instead of a critical strike, but still, you have those really good cards. You have some counterattacks and some curse cards in here too. Plus, you've got a really great Onyx card and a really great gold combo card in here. So a pack like that is well worth it, more so than just buying the cards individually, especially since there's not really strong diamond cards in the daily deals. So really the only one I would really focus on is if you have a gold combo card here, and it would make your deck stronger than what it is currently. So that's just a reminder for you. In terms of my research, I am currently working on Toy, like I said. That's the last card I've got to research currently, and then what I'll be doing is going through some of the bronze and silver cards that I don't have in my deck that could make sense to add to my heroics deck for now. Talking about my deck, this is what it currently looks like. I think this is sorted A to Z. So let me sort this. Let me just show you my diamond cards first. So I have 5 critical strike cards now. Sniper is a good long-term solution for this deck. Fire Candies will probably stay in there for a while. Cavities are nice-haves right now. They're not the best option for me. They do have a higher defense than Fire Candies, so technically, if these two went against each other, you would do 1 more damage to Fire Candy than they would do to you. But really, having the higher attack is what's important, especially when you're using Tiebreaker. I don't have it yet, but I will be getting it next week. That'll be my Christmas present, apparently. Or maybe it's the week after Christmas, whatever it is. But I'll be getting that from the shop at that point. So that's this. Besides this, can I just select all my cards? I can. Okay. So A to Z, still sorted. So I've just been going through, and now that I have 5 final forms, I've been going through and leveling up the remainder of my gold cards and fusing them. So I had a couple from the events. Monster, Science, Villain, and Wind are the ones I have not finished yet. And if you go in here and look at my gold combo cards, I've got a Villain and a Wind. So those will probably be the next 2 that I need to add. I do have War finished, but I guess it didn't. I have to redo my optimizer, I think, because I've added War and Weapon, and I can finish Toys pretty soon here. So I can look at all 3 of those and see if it changes anything. But Villain and Wind are the 2 cards I need to level up next and fuse. That way my deck's just a little bit more consistent. Always getting a 3rd turn having all my orbs filled. And then I do have another space. I think I got one of those from the free pack as well. Alright, so let's go to Arena. I'll show you how this is looking. I'm still in the diamond area. Again, part of the reason is I don't use my turns very often on this account. I don't really play this account all that much. I log in daily to play when I can. I was able to finish the event. That's the first time in a while I finished the event. So I finished 4 of the events so far, and I think I'm on my 14th one. Just because I don't have enough time to play it with the limitations I have on this account. But I'll go to battle here. Again, the same thing. I'm trying to find someone who has a low amount of health, so Ray's not as good of an option as Yarden or Durarian is here. I'll try Yarden, see how this goes. I'm picking him because he's still got the starting profile, so that might mean he doesn't know how to play all that well. Now, I can't really get a final form on turn 3 with this hand, so I'm going to redraw. This is a better hand for me for the redraw purposes. I believe I'm going to play a little aggressively here. Ooh, he has a very strong starting hand there. But it's all right. Hopefully we can Okay, we have a chance to beat him right now because he did not get his final forms up. So I will use cavities here and hope for the best. And that should be a win. So that's basically what I look for. A lot of the time, since I don't have tiebreaker, I end up tying right now, which I should see a huge increase in my win percentage as soon as I get tiebreaker. Speaking of, I was able to get greed, which you can see I'm using that now. I was able to get up to level 2. I was just shy of being able to get to level 3, and I would have spent and bought it because I knew there's enough time between the two to get enough orbs. But I'll save up my orbs and get greed 3 next time around. Again, your top 2 choices when you're going into tiebreaker is you want to get or when you're going into arena, you want to get the tiebreaker as soon as you can. That's your top priority. So you want to make sure you always have at least 400 dark orbs for tiebreaker whenever it comes in the shop. Now that it doesn't have a requirement to purchase it, you can buy it as soon as it's in the shop. One thing I would like to see, and I don't know if this is the right time to put it in here, but Monumental, if you're listening, I think the next thing you can do to really help out beginners is to get rid of the timer for the armory. Put all of the abilities in here. Now that there's no requirement for when needing to buy something, you might as well just put them all in the shop. It's going to make it a whole lot easier for someone when they're starting out in the game to be able to get tiebreaker and start taking off right away. Instead of having to wait potentially 9 weeks to get tiebreaker. Or in my case, 9 months, right? I missed it. They changed it right after tiebreaker was last in the shop 7-8 weeks ago. So once it comes back here in the shop, there's going to be a lot more people buying tiebreaker, and you'll see a lot more chaos on the bottom of the playing field here. But yeah, I'm looking forward to that. Now, Lucky, this is not one that's really useful. It increases your chances of getting a card dropped. I think it's 20, 40, and 60%, but it's not increasing it by 20, 40, or 60%. It's increasing the percentage by that much. So if a card is normally dropped 5% of the time, it doesn't go up to 25, 45, 65. It goes up by 20% of 5. So 1 extra percentage, 2 extra percentage, 3 extra percentage. So instead of 5%, it's 6, 7, and 8. Not that great. Not that big of a deal breaker mover. Doesn't really help you all that much. Obviously, if you're trying to get a specific boss card, like on my TapDawg account, that does help because it's better than nothing. So I use Lucky 3 on TapDawg as I'm trying to get the last few boss cards I need. But outside of that, it's not really useful. I wish they would switch it to being a flat 20, 40, and 60% that you get. It would actually make it make sense and actually be usable. But that's the old devs, and hopefully the new current devs would be open to making that change. So anywho, once I get tiebreaker, and that's another 400 orbs gone, and I finish getting the rest of greed when that comes back in the shop in a couple of weeks, what else should I do with my dark orbs? Well, you can continue doing PvP health upgrades here. That's going to be something that's important. The other thing that you can do with your dark orbs is there's 2 other abilities that are useful for heroics, and that's going to be Master Healer and Master Elementalist. Now, those cost a whole lot more than Tiebreaker and Greed. Greed costs the same amount as Lucky here, so roughly you're looking at about 2,000, a little bit over 2,000 orbs in total for Lucky 1, 2, and 3, or Greed 1, 2, and 3. Tiebreaker is only 400. So you would want to finish off Tiebreaker, finish off Greed, and then start saving for Master Elementalist and Master Healer. Now, is there one that's better than the other? Short-term, Master Elementalist is going to be your better one as a beginner, but long-term, you probably would be on Master Healer a little bit more often than Master Elementalist, but that's only once you start completing the whole heroics. I use them both about equally. Maybe if it's a good run, I'll be using Master Elementalist more, but if it's a bad run, I'll be using Master Healer more. Depends on how many times the counterattack gets you when you use your cards. But those 2 would be your next focus while also getting your health up. So it's kind of whatever you think would be the next thing that's most important for you to help level you up. If you're dying in arena because you don't have enough health, then focus on health upgrades. But if you're dying for a different reason besides health, maybe you're running out of turns or you're just too strong of an opponent, like you used your final form and just couldn't beat them, then maybe you should just focus on heroics and helping and improve that a little bit. In terms of heroics, I did make a heroics deck here, and I can kind of show it to you guys. It pretty much has all my cards that used to be in my deck, but then also other cards that don't necessarily make sense to have in my deck, like these defensive cards. Now, I think I have too many of these defensive cards now in my deck. Let me just show you what I'm talking about. This is a 71 card deck, and 3, 4, 7, 10, 12 of the 71 cards are defensive, and I get hands where it's just all of these cards in them. Now, you might be wondering, why do I even put these in here if they're not going to do any damage? Well, the idea is when you're playing in heroics, every turn you're either healing or you're doing damage to your opponent. You're healing yourself, you're doing damage to your opponent. So if you have these cards, you get to gain up to 5 health or deal 5 damage to your opponent. So it just helps prolong the game. But it can backfire on you, because as you get to further and further in the game, the more turns you take, the more chances your opponent's going to use their critical strike or some of their damage dealing to you. So I would try to keep it at no more than maybe 10% of your cards should be at that, which would be about 7 cards should be that way. And like I said, I've got 12 here, so I need to get rid of roughly half of these cards. So I would go for the ones that have the lowest defense, so like Hammer Time here, and then those 2 18s over here. And then at that point, maybe I'll just keep the Medic and Pinata and get rid of Candy Nation. I know that's probably what I really should do, because that's about 10%. 65 would be 6.5, and I've got 6 here, so that's a good number for me. If I go to my library, I do actually have some cards I can add, it looks like. So what I would do... Is this actually the right deck? This might not be the right deck. I think it is. Yeah, this is the right deck. Okay. So I'm going to add... I want to see reset my filters, all cards that are level 4 and 5. And just add those in here real quick. And it does put me up to 70, so I could actually add one more defensive level 5 card here. And I want to find my protection. There we go, and I have too many Pinatas, so we're going to just put in one of these Candy Nations here. All right, and that's my deck. It's 71 cards. I usually am able to get to about boss 8 or 9 in heroics, and I'll kind of show you how I play this real quick. I'll play a quick round. So I start on healer. So, because the first 2 bosses are easy enough to beat using healer. And it doesn't really matter what my hand is. I'll just play whatever I've got here. But the idea is you're wanting to fill your combo meter up as quickly as you can. Neither of those is that great of a combo, so we'll do this just to finish off Anna. And I'll play healer, like I said, for the first 2, maybe the first 3 bosses, but really probably just the first 2 bosses here, because once you get past that, they start getting a little bit harder, and it's more difficult to do. But you know what? We will play this, and I'm just going to use this to heal up, so I'll get 5 extra HP there. And then I'm going to beat Albert with the final form here. And I think I can do one more battle this way. All right. Again, I want to get my combo meter filled up quickly if I can. I think that's probably... I know this is a 28-26, but I don't want to use my gold cards together because I have a lot more bronze and silvers in here. So even though this is a lower quality combo, it's actually the better option for me of those choices. Now I am going to choose this one because I get to do 1 extra attack. And then I don't like that combo, so I think I'm going to hold off on using that, and I'll just play this card for now. And there's a much better combo for... I know it's the same exact score, never mind. I thought I didn't realize that Earth was level 4 until I already had played it. It is what it is. And I'm gonna play this, even though I might take a little bit of damage there because I wanted to get my combo meter filled, and I don't want to use my final form just yet. So I'm gonna go like this, and now Mr. Pym is down. So now I'm gonna swap to an attack-focused mindset. You can see I've almost got enough skulls here. It'll probably be another couple, like 2 months or so, before I can actually buy my first Onyx from the Heroics, but it's getting closer little by little. If I actually played every day, I probably would have already gotten one, but again, I don't have enough time for this account, unfortunately. So now I'll show you, if I use the medic right now, I'm going to do 5 damage to Lucy. She will do 0 damage to me. So that was a nice little trade. I'm going to do it one more time, just because I wanted to show you guys what this looks like. And then I'm just going to use my final form, and that should beat Lucy. So I get the next tier here, 10,000. I should be able to get that after beating Leopold here. And I'm going to stay on the defensive side and play this combo so I can get my meter filled quickly. And I'm actually going to go like this. I know it's a little bit less damage, but again, I'm using a card that's of lower quality so I can have more stronger combos altogether. I have not finished that research, unfortunately, because that's a nice diamond combo for water and toy. It makes a squirt gun. So I just wanted to double check, and there's no combo there. So in this situation, I'm just going to play it safe, prolong it a little bit longer, see what happens here. Again, I've got some time. I am going to take about 15 damage there, but we still are in a positive. That's a 23 as well. Man, those are not that great at combos, but you know what? We're going to do this one. I got to deal some more damage to Leopold and get some new cards. And still nothing useful, so we're going to play defensively here, deal another 5 damage to Leopold, and let's hope for the best here. Okay, that's the choice we're going to make. No, we did not get to do any damage to Leopold besides the attack damage. That's not good either. See, that's the concern I have with war. All right, well, these defensive combo cards are coming in clutch here. All right, well, we are going to use these two just to play a defensive combo and finish it out. That was a sad state of things, but that's what happens. All right, now this next boss can be a little bit risky because we might run out of health if we don't play it safe, but I know I have my final form card there, so I think I'm going to be okay. I'm actually going to play that right away. It does up to 68 damage, so she's only going to have 15 health left after this, or 16 health left, so pretty close to being able to beat her. Again, toy is not fully researched. I probably shouldn't have put that in here yet, and this is the reason why, but, you know, my mistake is for your guys' learning and gain. I usually don't try to put a card in until I've gotten about 50% of it researched from Heroics, but that's part of the reason why. All right, I think I'm gonna. This is one of those times where I might actually do that just because I don't have a lot of combos done for for toy. So the fact that I had one there and I could finish it was good. Okay, so Vera is complete. We're now roughly five bosses in, so now we're on to boss 6 here, Francois. And hopefully I'll keep this hand. It's not the best hand, but you know what, we can work with it. Hopefully we'll get a final form card here. We still have 3 left, I think. No luck on the final form, so we'll play a little defensively here. Get his health down by 1 point. Still nothing. I'll play defensively here again, and we get to do 1 more point of damage. Okay, we still got to do 1 point of damage there, plus the 5, so it's a 6 points of damage, and then hopefully this will be enough to kill him. Might be just a tad shy, yeah, just a tad shy, but we're going to actually play this so we get our meter filled quicker, and Francois is now down. And now here comes the challenging part. next boss here is Miles, and we have to play healer. So if he happens to play healer as well, we will probably run out of cards. Okay, so the thing we do have that's going to be beneficial to us is the fact that we have one more Final Form card in here, and I think it might be Sniper. So in that situation, we would be... Oh, we have this one too. Okay, we're just going to play this one right away. We're only going to do about 20 damage to him, but still, we're going to get his health down a little bit. And that gives us a chance to rebuild here. Now, we are going to take... He's going to heal for 1 point there because we... it looks at your health beforehand. And because I got to heal 2 here, he did 3 damage to me, but I had a net of 2, so really I only got 1 damage. So he only healed for 1. So it's a good thing that he used an absorb when I was on healer. It's basically what I'm trying to get at. I don't think I have any really great standout combos there, so we'll use this. He gets to heal nothing that time. Well, that's kind of the ideal situation to have that in, but I'm not getting my Final Form, unfortunately, which is going to make this end rather suddenly here if I don't get lucky. Okay, so I could do that. I'm actually going to swap to this one. That's a 22, so he's still alive. It's the last card, of course. Well, let's hope we lucked out. Okay, so we're able to beat Miles, and that's going to be it, I believe. I will switch to healer, I mean my elementalist, but I don't think I have enough cards left to be able to beat Boss 9 here, Xanthar. Like I said, I usually get to 8 or 9 with this account, depending on how those play out. So we'll play Xanthar here, get a little idea of what this is like, but this is what you should be doing as well if you're kind of a beginner. Oh, I guess I had already used all my cards. I don't know what I'm talking about, apparently. All right, so this is the challenge. I'm going to play this with that because that's the best combo I can do. And unfortunately, the next 2 cards don't make a combo, so I'm pretty much out of luck. And that's the end. We lose to Xanthar. Now, if you do know you're going to lose like this, you can actually click on menu and quit so you don't use these extra 3 turns. It's not as important up here, but sometimes when you're right on the cusp of being at the next area because of turns, it might make sense. But for me, it doesn't matter. But that's it. So I was able to get through however many bosses that was. I'm at 39 coins now, and I'm almost ranked 5,000. I probably would be in the top 5,000 if I actually played every day, which I might play one more time this weekend just to see if I can get up there. It's worth it for me, getting an extra 80. But as you can see, I'm 240 away, so that's 4 more plays of just this level 60 spot. So that's 2 months away if I do that, or it'd be 3 weeks if I just get the other one. Again, for heroics, you really only want to buy the Onyx combo. Anything else here is not worth the points. So Onyx combo. The rare combo card here, this is just the cards that are from the event. So you get those for free. No reason to buy those. And then these cards, there's just too many cards in the piles for it to make worth it, because you're not going to get a duplicate card unless you're extremely lucky, and it's just not worth the skulls for it. And that is about it. Just wanted to give you guys a quick update. Let me know how you're doing with your account. If you have any questions on tips or tricks or want to know anything else. And as always, if you want to know my thoughts on a pack that comes out in the shop, like Wintertide Animation Phantom, every single pack is reviewed on my YouTube channel. Just search the name of the pack. Whatever it says up here is the name of the review. It'll say Animation Pack Review, Phantom Pack Review. Some of those reviews might be years old, but the data in them still true. If it's not, I will redo the video, like I just did for, oh gosh, what pack was that? Was it Holidays? No, I was going to do a redo for Holidays. Whichever pack came out recently that they redid, I redid the whole video. So, anywho, with that being said, hope you guys have a good rest of your day. All right, take care.